Every microgreen, growing method, explained basic soil method. You're overthinking this. Right now you're probably researching equipment, reading reviews, comparing prices. Stop. Grab any shallow container, poke drainage holes in the bottom. Fill with basic potting soil. Fill 2 to 3 inches deep, but stop half an inch below the rim. That gap prevents something specific, and it's not what you think. Smooth that soil surface. Light palm pressure. Scatter seeds evenly, generously, corner to corner. Mist it. Place it on your sunniest windowsill. Spray daily. In 10 to 14 days, harvest. 80% success rate for first-timers. Cost, under $15. But here's what nobody mentions. There's a hidden problem that shows up on day 3. We'll address that in method 2. Bottom up. Watering day. 3 arrives. You check your tray. White fuzzy stuff is creeping across your soil surface. Your heart sinks. That's mold, and it just killed your entire crop. This happens to everyone who makes one specific watering mistake. Here's the fix professionals use. Pour 2 cups of water into your bottom tray first, before adding soil. Then drop your empty planting tray on top and add bone-dry soil. Watch what happens next. The water migrates upward through the soil. It's called capillary action, the same force that pulls water 100 feet up through tree trunks. Your soil is now perfectly moist from bottom up, but the surface stays drier. Mold hates this. After seeding, give just 1 light mist on top. 3 seconds of spraying. That's only to help seeds stick. From here, you're done top watering forever. Lift your tray daily. Feels light? Add water to the bottom tray. Wait 20 minutes. Pour off excess. This single technique drops mold problems by 60%. That's tested data from commercial operations. But even with perfect watering, your greens might taste bland compared to restaurant microgreens. The reason why is in method 3. Custom soil. Blend restaurant microgreens taste dramatically better. Same seeds. Same technique. The difference? What's happening beneath the soil surface? Mix 40% garden soil, 30% coconut coir, and 30% composted manure. Garden soil provides minerals and structure. Coconut coir holds water but stays light. Manure delivers slow-release nitrogen. Mix in a large bucket. It should feel fluffy, breaking apart easily. Too clumpy? More coir. Too loose? More soil. This blend shines with basil and cilantro. Flavor intensity jumps. Darker leaves, stronger stems. That peppery bite and radish gets sharper. But there's still one more thing that separates good microgreens from exceptional ones. And it costs $2. Fertilized soil. Here's controversial truth. Everyone says microgreens don't need fertilizer. The seed has enough energy, they say. Technically true. But here's what they're not telling you. Take 3 gallons of potting mix. Blend in half a cup of 4-4-4 granular fertilizer. That's 4% nitrogen for leaves, 4% phosphorus for roots, 4% potassium for overall vigor. Plant as normal. Now, watch what happens. Side-by-side comparison. The fertilized tray shows 30% more robust growth. Not 5%, not 10%, 30%. The greens stand taller. The color goes from light green to forest green. The stems thicken noticeably. When you harvest, the fertilized tray weighs more because you're growing denser, meatier leaves. Cost difference? $2 per batch. For professional results, you're paying the price of a coffee. Now, as commercial growers who sell to restaurants, they're all fertilizing. Now you know why their greens command premium prices. They're literally growing a superior product. But even with perfect soil and perfect nutrition, your germination rate is probably only 75%. There's a technique that pushes it to 90%. It's what separates amateurs from professionals, and it's at method 5. Weighted germination. Walk into any commercial facility, and you'll see something odd. Trays stacked on trays with bricks on top. This isn't storage. This is the germination technique that changes everything. Seeds evolved underground. They expect pressure and darkness. They're programmed to germinate when they sense burial. Here's how you hack this programming. After seeding and misting, stack 3 to 4 trays together. Place 5 to 10 pounds on top. Rocks, bricks, water bottles, doesn't matter. Put this stack somewhere dark, your pantry, a closet. Darkness matters as much as pressure. Wait 48 to 72 hours. When you lift that stack, you'll see pale, yellowish seedlings pushing up uniformly. That's your signal. Remove the weights, expose to light. Within 24 hours, they'll green up as chlorophyll kicks in. Your result: germination rates jump from 75% to over 90%. That's 15% more crop from identical seed. Over a year, that's serious money saved. This is why commercial operations use weights exclusively. But there's a variation on this technique that makes your microgreens 40% taller. Restaurant chefs pay premium prices for this. It's method 6. Blackout dome. You've seen them at restaurants, those tall, dramatic microgreens. You try at home and yours look stubby. Here's the exact technique. Follow weighted germination through day 3. When you remove weights, don't expose to direct light yet. Flip an empty tray over your growing tray, creating a dome. Light filters in around edges. Those seedlings sense light above. They stretch, hard. Leave that dome for 12 to 24 hours. Stems elongate visibly, then remove the dome. Full light, the greens explode with chlorophyll. You now have stems 30 to 40% taller than standard. Warning: past 24 hours, stems become weak and floppy. You want tall but sturdy. But even with perfect height, some seeds take forever to germinate, unless you know the time machine technique at method 7. Pre-soaking. Want to cut 3 days off your grow cycle? This technique literally fast-forwards time. Take peas, sunflowers, or any large hard seed. Cover with cool water. Walk away for 8 to 12 hours. Start soaks at dinner, plant at breakfast. When you drain those seeds, they've doubled in size. They feel plump, almost soft. They've absorbed their weight in water. Water triggers enzymes that break down stored starches into simple sugars. The seed embryo activates, cell division begins. You fast-forwarded germination by half a day before the seed even touches soil. Plant immediately while moist. Here's your payoff. Pea shoots harvest ready in 10 days instead of 14. Sunflowers done in 9 instead of 12. You're getting 3 extra harvests per month. That's 30% more production. Bonus benefit: pre-soaking helps shed stubborn sunflower hulls. Those hulls stunt growth when stuck to cotyledons. Pre-soaking softens them and they fall off during germination. Professional sunflower growers pre-soak 100% of the time. But what if you want to eliminate soil completely? What if you want zero mess, zero pests, zero contamination risk? Methods 8 through 10 show you how. Coconut coir. Soil is messy. Soil carries pests. Soil bags weigh 40 pounds. There's a cleaner alternative. Coconut coir is compressed husk fiber. 1 brick expands into enough medium for 4 trays. Cost: $8. Add water, wait 20 minutes. Coir holds 30% more water than soil while weighing 60% less. It resists mold naturally. It's pH neutral and sustainable. The catch: coir has 0 nutrition. For quick crops under 12 days, seed energy suffices. For longer varieties, add fertilizer. Quarter-strength liquid solution works perfectly. Commercial operations are switching to coir because it gives consistent results batch after batch. Soil quality varies, coir doesn't. But coir still requires containers and space. What if you could grow without any soil or coir at all? That's method 9. Hydroponic mats. No soil, no mess. Just seeds, water, and science. This brings you closer to laboratory conditions than any other home method. These mats, hemp, jute, or coconut fiber, sit in shallow trays of nutrient water. The mat wicks moisture upward to seeds. You're providing constant moisture directly to the root zone. Set up your bottom tray with water and nutrients. pH that water to 5.5 to 6.5. Nutrient uptake changes dramatically outside this range. Place your mat in a perforated tray on top. Scatter seeds densely since mats don't provide structure like soil. Cover for blackout. Expose to light. Top up water daily. Harvest is incredibly clean. Cut the greens with 0 dirt. Downside: mats dry fast. Check daily. Some seeds with weak roots, basil, cilantro, don't perform well. You must add nutrients. But for high-volume operations, mats offer speed and cleanliness that soil can't match. Still, mats have limitations. What if you wanted total control over every single variable? That's method 10. But it comes with a serious warning. Full hydroponic system. Want total control over every variable? Want to grow 40% faster? Want to eliminate 90% of water usage? This method delivers all that. But there's a catch. NFT, nutrient film technique, is the gold standard. Trays tilt slightly, nutrient solution flows continuously along the bottom, roots dangle into this stream, absorbing nutrients in real time, excess drains to a reservoir, and recirculates. Closed loop. You're managing pH daily with test kits, monitoring nutrient concentration, running grow lights on timers, 12 hours on, 12 off, temperature between 65 and 75 degrees, humidity at 50 to 60%. You're creating artificial perfection. Results? Grow 30 to 40% faster than soil, year-round production, consistent quality every batch. Commercial operations see ROI within months. Reality check. Initial investment runs hundreds to thousands. Learning curve is steep. If your pump fails or pH swings, you lose entire crops overnight. This makes sense for serious commercial growers, not home hobbyists. But what if you took this system and stacked it vertically? That's where the real money is. Method 11 shows the future. Vertical farming. Imagine growing a quarter-acre of microgreens in a 10 by 10 room. This isn't science fiction. This is happening now. Stack 15 to 20 shelves vertically. Each shelf gets LED grow lights, automated irrigation, sensors monitoring everything. AI GUI predicting optimal harvest times. Vertical farming captured 41% of the U.S. microgreens market in 2024, projected to grow at 19% annually through 2030. Restaurants demand consistent year-round supply. Vertical farms deliver. A setup producing 200 trays weekly generates $50,000 to $100,000 annually. ROI within 18 to 24 months. That's why billions are pouring into this infrastructure. For home growers, not practical. Investment starts at $5,000. But this shows what's possible when you remove traditional constraints. Now, what if you travel frequently but still want fresh microgreens? Method 12 solves that. Self-watering trays. You're leaving for 5 days. Your microgreens need daily watering. This creates an impossible situation. Unless you know this trick. Double tray system. Bottom reservoir holds water. Fabric wicks run from reservoir to soil. Capillary action pulls water up as soil dries. Automatic and passive. Fill reservoir. Plant seeds. The system handles watering for 5 to 7 days. You're checking weekly instead of daily. Microgreens have tiny root systems that can't recover from drought. They need stability. Self-watering provides exactly that. Cost? Commercial systems run $30 to $60. DIY, $15. For casual growers wanting greens without daily maintenance, this works. For travelers, this changes everything. The choice is yours. Every method here works. Success isn't about complexity. It's about matching method to your situation. Starting out, basic soil, fighting mold, bottom-up watering. Want better flavor? Custom blends and fertilizer. Need cleaner harvests, coir or mats. Want faster growth? Hydroponics, limited space, vertical systems. The market is exploding to $2.61 billion by 2029. Home growers are building businesses from spare bedrooms. Every single one started exactly where you are. You'll eventually use multiple methods. Soil for some varieties, coir for others, pre-soaking specific seeds. You'll develop your own hybrid system. Start simple, build skills, scale as confidence grows. You now know which method matches your situation. You know why most growers fail in the first 30 days. And you know how to avoid every trap. Your move.